Hi! Welcome to Simply Good English, where we use fun and interesting stories to teach English. There will be 4 parts to today's video. The first part will be the listening portion, where we will read a story to you and you can follow along on the screen. The second part will be the comprehension quiz, where you can test yourself on how much you understood. In the third part, we will go over some keywords and phrases that will be helpful in your English studies. And finally, in the last part, we'll do some speaking exercises. Without further ado, let's get started.
My mother. I grew up in a small town where things were simple, and my mom was like a superhero but without the fancy cape. Her name was just Mom, and she was the strongest person I knew. Mom had 2 jobs. During the day, she was a baker at the supermarket. You know, the place with all the food in rows. She woke up when the sky was still sleepy and we were all snug in our beds. At the supermarket, she mixed flour, eggs, and sugar to make the yummiest treats. But it wasn't just about making tasty things. It was about making sure there was food on our table. When the sun went to sleep, that's when Mom's second job started. She became a cleaning wizard. She worked in big buildings where people worked during the day. She swept and scrubbed, making everything shiny again. It was like she had a secret power to banish dirt. Even though it was late, she would come home with a tired smile, happy to see us. But you see, Mom worked a lot because she wanted us to have a good life. She didn't have much time for herself. Sometimes she missed school events or bedtime stories because she was working hard for us. Her hands were like magic. In the morning, they turned flour into bread. At night, they waved a cleaning wand to make places sparkle. Her face had lines, not like in a coloring book, but like a map of all the places she had been. I could see a tiredness in her eyes, but also a sparkle when she looked at us. She never said it, but I knew Mom's jobs were tough. Still, she did it all for us, so we could have full tummies and warm beds. In this town of simple things, my mom made our world rich with love and hard work. Sometimes, when I was a little younger, I didn't understand how hard Mom worked. I would get into trouble at school and make her sad. I didn't like school and I never wanted to study. I would flunk all my tests on purpose and be disrespectful to the teachers. One time, my teacher had enough and called for a meeting with my mom. I could see Mom's face change when she got the call to come to school. She looked worried, and I felt bad. At the meeting, the principal said I wasn't doing my best in school and I would have to repeat the grade if I didn't get my act together. Mom's eyes looked sad, and I could see her heart was hurting. She didn't yell or get mad. Instead, she looked at me with those tired eyes and said, "We can do better, buddy." Seeing Mom like that made me feel so small. I didn't want her to be sad because of me. That day, something changed inside me. I promised myself I would make Mom proud. No more making her worry or feel bad. From that day on, I worked hard at school. I did my homework and listened to the teacher. Mom helped me with tricky math problems, even though she was tired from her 2 jobs. I saw her strength, and I wanted to be strong too. Our little home became a place of learning and love. Mom taught me that mistakes happen, but we can learn from them. She never gave up on me, even when I messed up. Slowly, my grades got better, and I could see the pride in Mom's eyes. It was like a warm hug, knowing I made her happy. I learned that Mom's love was like a superhero power. Even when I made her sad, she still believed in me. That day with the principal was tough, but it made me a better person. Mom's strength became my strength, and our home was a place where we grew together. Now things are different. I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm all grown up, and I'm a successful entrepreneur in the big city. I work hard, just like Mom, but I love what I do. My dream was to make a good life for both of us, and that dream came true. One day, I told Mom something special. "Mom, you don't have to work so hard anymore. You can retire and relax. I can take care of you now." Her eyes sparkled, just like they used to when she looked at me during my school days. She didn't say much, but I could see happiness in her tired eyes. The lines on her face softened, and it was like a weight lifted off her shoulders. I could finally give Mom the rest she deserved. Mom stopped working those long hours, and our home became a peaceful place. She didn't have to rush off to jobs in the early morning or late at night. Now, we spend more time together. We laugh, tell stories, and sometimes we bake together, just like the old days. I learned something important through all of this. Love is not just a feeling, it's what you do for the people you care about. Mom showed me that with her hard work and sacrifice. Now I get to show her that same love by taking care of her. Life is still simple, but now it's a simple life filled with joy and gratitude. Mom's sacrifices made it possible, and I'll never forget that. So here we are, in the present, where my business is thriving, and Mom gets to enjoy the fruits of our journey together. It's not a fairy tale, but it's our story, full of love, hard work, and the sweet taste of success.
Now, let's take a test to see how much you understood. Listen to the questions and choose the correct answer. Question 1. Why did the narrator's mom work 2 jobs as a baker and a cleaning lady? A. Because she loved baking and cleaning. B. To make sure there was enough food on the table. C. To have a fancy cape like a superhero. Question 2. What did the narrator promise after a meeting with the principal? A. To never go to school again. B. To always be disrespectful to teachers. C. To make his mom proud and work hard at school. Question 3. How did the narrator change after the meeting with the principal? A. He became even more disrespectful. B. He decided to make his mom sad on purpose. C. He worked hard at school to make his mom proud. Question 4. What did the narrator achieve when he grew up? A. He became a superhero with a fancy cape. B. He started his own successful business. C. He retired and relaxed all day. Question 5. How did the narrator feel when he could finally tell his mom she didn't have to work so hard anymore? A. Sad and disappointed. B. Angry and frustrated. C. Happy and fulfilled. Next, let's go over some vocabulary and phrases from the story. These may be a bit difficult, but let's try our best. Banish. Definition: to send away or get rid of someone or something. Sentence: the spell was meant to banish evil spirits from the haunted house. Tricky. Definition: difficult to deal with or understand. Sentence: solving the puzzle was tricky, but she finally cracked the code. Flunk. To fail an examination or course. Sentence: without studying, he was destined to flunk the math test. Disrespectful. Definition: showing a lack of respect or courtesy. Sentence: talking back to the teacher is disrespectful and not tolerated in class. Principal. Definition: the person in charge of a school or organization. Sentence: the principal congratulated the students for their academic achievements during assembly. Snug in bed. Definition: to be comfortably settled or tucked in while sleeping. Sentence: After a long day, she felt cozy and snug in bed. Call a meeting. Definition: to organize and request the attendance of individuals for a discussion. Sentence: the manager decided to call a meeting to address the important project updates. In this last part, we're going to do some shadowing exercises. I will say some phrases or sentences, and you can repeat them aloud. The spell was meant to banish evil spirits from the haunted house. Solving the puzzle was tricky, but she finally cracked the code. Without studying, he was destined to flunk the math test. Talking back to the teacher is disrespectful and not tolerated in class. The principal congratulated the students for their academic achievements during assembly. That's it for today's lesson. I hope it was helpful and you learned something new. Stay connected for more lessons like this one, and please let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see on the channel. Until next time, take care!